the momentum in this race is shifting. And there are signs that Donald Trump is feeling it. You may have noticed. So last week, you may have seen, he pulled out of the debate in September he had previously agreed to. So here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about that. So he won't debate, but he and his running mate sure seem to have a lot to say about me. And by the way, don't you find some of their stuff to just be plain weird? Well, Donald, I do hope you'll reconsider to meet me on the debate stage. Because as the saying goes, if you've got something to say,
And in the words of my brother Takeoff, let me get a Kamala. So it's only right in the birthplace of the culture. It's also the same place to launch the first African-American woman to run for president. Yeah, we changing the culture again.
Meanwhile,
I want to pick up on one point where she talks about this is a people power campaign. That's pretty funny. She's not gotten a single vote from a person in 2020 or a single vote for president in 2024, and she was coronated. There wasn't even a primary for her to be elected. So it's like the People's Republic of China. The Communist Party said, this is who we're going to support, and now the people must love her.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about what I thought was supposed to be a political rally where I would actually hear some policy from presidential candidate Kamala Harris. However, it seems as if it was actually a rap concert, a twerk show to be more specific, because that is what happened at this rally for Kamala Harris in Atlanta, which, you know, Kamala Harris is there trying to pander for black votes, and they're pandering in the worst way possible. I believe that if you're black, you should be offended by how Democrats are trying to earn your vote, okay? Because this is what they think about black people, right? This is what they think. Yeah, so they have Meg Thee Stallion doing a performance, okay? Now, she is twerking, right? Twerking. Now, again, I'm not entirely sure what policies, okay? What are people actually learning from this? Like, what are people getting out of this? Okay, look at all these awkward white people here that are trying not to look at her butt as she twerks for the crowd, okay? But this is what is happening at Kamala Harris's rally, okay? I'm not sure how much voters are learning, considering how she is a coup candidate and people have the right to know, okay, what does she actually believe? But again, apparently booty is more important than learning about Kamala Harris's policy positions, okay? So this is what is happening, right? This is how they're trying to appeal to black people. And what I find to be hilarious about this is the fact that Kamala Harris probably does see somebody like Meg Thee Stallion as her spirit animal, so to speak, because Meg Thee Stallion promotes the same behaviors that Kamala Harris allegedly participated in order to get into positions of power, right? So again, this is what they're pushing on women, okay? Just act like this, right? They're trying to get the 304 vote the same way that they kind of did in 2022. They had a bunch of these young women come out and vote to save their rights, okay? Even though, again, what they're trying to save is not actually really a right. But this is who they're appealing to, right? The 304. I'm just waiting for the mainstream liberal media to get upset about this and how Democrats are essentially degrading women by promoting this type of degeneracy. The same way they got mad about J.D. Vance talking about family and trying to promote the importance of family. Again, this is the country we're living in, folks, where the media thinks it's controversial to promote the family, but it's not controversial to have rappers who are essentially glorified strippers perform at political concerts, right? To appeal to women via sex and degeneracy. That's not controversial, right? Let's not talk about that. Let's not get upset about that. Let's get upset about the guy that wants to promote families, okay, and traditional values. I just want you guys to understand, this is not on accident. This is on purpose, because remember, back in 2020, the Democrats were trying to appeal to black people in very similar ways. Everybody remembers getting your booty to the polls.
Black lives don't matter to some of our current elected officials. If they matter to you, then don't let other people decide who's going to run your community. Get your booty to the poll.
Get your booty to the poll. Get your booty to the poll.
Again, I just want to remind people, this is what they think about black people. This is what they think appeals to you. This is how you can get the black vote, okay? Degeneracy, sex, naked women, strippers, booty, okay? Why is it that Democrats only do this with black folks, right? You notice that they don't do this with the whites. They don't do this with the Asians. They don't do this with the Hispanics. And don't get me wrong. Look, listen, there's some of this in the Hispanic, the Latino community as well, too. Let's keep it 100. But that's not how they appeal to them, right? They don't use degeneracy to appeal to them, okay? They might start speaking Spanish and talking about breakfast tacos.
But we can't get those things on our own. Raul helped build this organization with the understanding that the diversity of this community, as distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio, is your strength.
Right? But they don't do this. They don't do this. So again, you know, I'm not entirely sure why is it that black folks accept this type of pandering from Democrats, because again, they're telling you that, hey, we don't think that you're very smart. Okay. We don't think that you're very educated. We think that we should appeal to you via things that have nothing to do with actual policy. Okay. But again, this is what it is. It is a Trojan horse, right? That's what it's designed. It's designed to sell you something that, hey, you really don't know about, okay? And once you open it up and you see exactly what you're getting, then all of a sudden people are shocked to find out that, hey, this so-called pro-black agenda, this so-called black politician, their policies aren't necessarily good for us, right? But hey, you know, it is what it is. This is what Democrats do. But, you know, there was a little bit of policy during this speech in which she tried to attack Trump on immigration by essentially saying that he didn't do the job that she's going to do, even though she's technically in an office as vice president. She was border czar, and she could not get the job done of securing the border and solving the problem. But yet she wants you to believe that she's going to get it done if you elect her, even though, again, she's already border czar and she's already in office as vice president. Take a look.
Donald Trump, on the other hand, has been talking a big game about securing our border, but he does not walk the walk. Or as my friend Quavo would say, he does not walk it like he talks it. In decades. Some of the most conservative Republicans in Washington, D.C. supported the bill. Even the Border Patrol endorsed it. It was all set to pass. But at the last minute, Trump directed his allies in the Senate to vote it down. He tanked the bipartisan deal because he thought it would help him win an election. Which goes to show Donald Trump does not care about border security. He only cares about himself. President, I will bring back the border security bill that Donald Trump killed, and I will sign it into law and show Donald Trump what real leadership looks like.
Yeah, so notice how Kamala Harris is talking to her crowd of uneducated voters, telling them that, hey, guys, I'm not super soft on immigration. All the things that you guys have probably heard on the internet from these conservative channels, showing highlights of me advocating for extremist positions, like, for example, making it not illegal to cross the border illegally, or giving free healthcare, aka resources, to illegal immigrants. No. I am going to support a bill that doesn't secure the border, right? Because again, anybody educated on this issue knows that that bill that she's talking about doesn't actually secure the border. The only bill that secures the border is the Republicans' Secure the Border Act. If Kamala Harris is not on board with that bill, then she's not on board with securing the border. Notice how she doesn't talk about any policy specifics. Like, for example, fixing the asylum-seeking system, not allowing people to abuse it, okay? She doesn't talk about doing more mass deportations, getting rid of the illegals that we already have, okay? She does not talk about sending the military to the border, or actually having more troops on the border, or finishing the wall, or anything that might deter illegal immigration, okay? Because at the end of the day, she has no intentions on trying to stop the flow of mass illegals into the country, because that's what she supports, right? Ultimately, she wants to give them amnesty and work authorization permits, which is exactly what will happen, probably before Biden's out of office, to be quite honest with you. But it most certainly will happen if Kamala Harris is elected president. This is exactly what they're going to do. It is a Trojan horse, okay? They are going to allow illegals into the country in mass numbers, and guess where they're going to go? They're going to go to places like Atlanta, Chicago, New York, in these black communities. But hey, you know, if you listen to Kamala, though, you listen to some of her supporters, oh, you must vote for her because she's black, right? Even though she has a history of policies, supporting policies that, hey, I don't think are very good for black people or the country as a whole, okay? But the truth, unfortunately, is that in this country, half the country doesn't really care about policy, and we have maybe some evidence of that because Savannah Hernandez is reporting that people were leaving the rally just 10 minutes into Kamala Harris's speech, almost as if they were only there for the concert version of it, to see Megan Thee Stallion shake her butt on stage and to listen to her trashy music. They were there for that more than Kamala, because you would think that if you were there for Kamala, nobody would be walking out doing the speech. Again, this is not a great sign for somebody whose campaign is supposed to be new and exciting and so much momentum, and everybody's so enamored by Kamala, and she's so great, and black people love her, and et cetera, et cetera. I'm not sure exactly why we're seeing this.
Hey guys, this is Savannah reporting to you from inside of Kamala Harris's rally, which just wrapped up. Now you guys saw all of the footage, and there was actually a lot of energy for her in the building. Almost every single seat was filled, not every single one. But many people are questioning, well, were they here to see Kamala, or were they here because Quavo, Meg Thee Stallion were here, and it was essentially a giant concert? And I'm gonna be honest, guys, people started leaving about 15 minutes after she started speaking, which was kind of notable to me because, you know, this is her first presidential rally in Georgia, and so I thought people would have wanted to listen to her. And then also, she really only spoke for about 30 minutes, I would say, so it was a very, very short speech, but people couldn't make it through it. I kept seeing streams of people continuously leave, and I was like, well, you know, maybe it's the one-off person. But then I started seeing people leave from every single level, and I was like, okay, I mean, maybe there is a little bit of truth to people having come here to see the performances. I don't know how many were here just for Kamala. However, that being said, there was a lot of energy, and you guys saw the clips, the performances. There's a lot going on here in Georgia for Kamala, so just my update from...
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Okay, now... what you have here is Savannah Hernandez on the ground doing good work. Credit to her for this footage, okay? And we actually have some proof and evidence of people walking out doing Kamala Harris's speech. Yeah. So again, apparently people were walking out. Hey, what conclusion can you come to from that? I'm not entirely sure, but I think it is reasonable to suggest that some people were there not to hear her speak. They were there for the entertainment, and Kamala Harris is not a very entertaining person. But apparently that's what they were there for. Now, again, this is in Georgia, which is a swing state, and you got Kamala Harris in Atlanta, which is deep blue, right? So you have deep blue Atlanta, and that's what Kamala is at, holding a rally, trying to get those people out to vote to change what appears to be a very, very, very uphill battle for Kamala Harris to try to win Georgia. Because although the latest morning consult poll came out and showed the race even, every poll up until that poll has basically showed Trump up significantly, right? Like, for example, on July 26th, you had Trump up 4, July 27th, Trump up 5, July 23rd, you had a couple polls showing Trump up 3, 2, July 28th, Trump up 5, Trump up 5, Biden still in the race, Trump up 4. When you hop over to Real Clear Politics, you have Trump up an average of 3.6%, okay? So, again, this state right here for Trump, he is performing pretty strongly against Kamala Harris, and it's going to be an uphill battle for her. But again, we should not underestimate the stupid vote, right? I mean, essentially, that is what Kamala Harris is trying to appeal to. When you are bringing rappers and performers and entertainers and celebrities to a rally turned concert for twerking, it really shows how desperate you are, okay? Because if Kamala Harris was such a political superstar, why do you need Quavo, Meg Thee Stallion, all these entertainers and Hollywood celebrities to come out and endorse you and to show up to your events so that you can get people to come to the event, right? I mean, you should be able to just show up by yourself, okay? And you should be able to get massive crowds and excitement, right? People shouldn't be walking out of the speech 5-10 minutes into the speech, especially when you just started, right? It's one thing you've been giving speeches for a long time, right? For years straight, everybody's already heard your speech, okay? That's one thing. But for Kamala, she's a new commodity, and it seems as if people aren't that interested in actually hearing her policies as much as they are interested in the spectacle of a so-called black woman, right, running for president or possibly being president. I guarantee you, if that was Obama, okay, you would not need rappers and entertainers in order to get people out to come and hear Obama speak, okay? But they're trying to make Kamala Harris Obama. However, I'm not convinced that she actually has that Obama energy. No matter how much they try to artificially recreate it, it's just not there. It's just not there. But hey, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.